All right, guys, here we are getting ready for the DAX session. Here we go. Okay, so we're looking at the DAX session right now, and I've just entered a position. Just to be clear, this right here is my hypothetical stop, and over here is my hypothetical take profit. Basically, what I have set up is a one-to-one risk, meaning the amount I'm willing to risk on this trade is exactly the same as the potential reward I'm aiming for. This is just a demonstration, not a real trade, but it's a good way to show how I'd manage risk and reward in a typical DAX session. And these are the trades, well, from yesterday. Let's just say yesterday's bubbles. I actually got in a little bit late, to be completely honest. But let's see now what happens shortly at the opening. Let's see if it makes this push. In my opinion, we're going even higher than this level here. I think I can even make 4K. So guys, naturally, a lot of you are always asking me. Honestly, I see so many of you, and you always seem to ask me the same things. Just yesterday, S&P. So let's just remove this for now, and then this was the S&P from yesterday. It always gave something at the opening, huh? I always remember, and I make it a point to remind myself that I only trade at the opening of the market. And basically, just yesterday, for example, I did a trade on the Nasdaq, specifically on this bubble that was forming, basically. Here it is right here, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. So yesterday, I basically got in at that moment, and let me walk you through what happened step by step so you can see how it unfolded. This 31, and I basically took, well, it was 1 to 2, more or less. I took this one right here. Okay, more or less, I took this level here. After this explosion here, and then what happened? Well, I stopped because when the market, guys, when it makes impulses like this, and then it still made a strong downward impulse when it then gave this bubble of 33. Here I could have re-entered, okay? Always 1 to 2, 1 to 3, guys. They're very fast trades. In fact, many people often ask me, Gian, how does it actually work? Guys, you really have to be there right at the very start of the session at the PC, and from, let's say, 15:30 to 18:30. And this is, let's say, the point where we can truly bring home the very best results. So we have to be there. Look as well, instead the S&P is much cleaner. Look, the S&P is noticeably cleaner. Here, it will be the same signal, look. Exactly the same, just as before. And okay, so here as well, we have another signal, just like before, moving from 1 to 2 and then from 1 to 3. Honestly, guys, the indicator is definitely doing its job. I'm getting curious about the opening now, so let's see what happens when we get to 10. Look, I'm actually doing this one live right here, so you can see everything as it happens. 1600, we're at the opening, huh? $1900, oh well, I'll move the stop to 0, worst case scenario. The push is there. I said it, 2800, we're at the opening. And so, but the positioning was already there, let's say, of the big players. Okay guys, they had already positioned themselves, and the only thing you have to do is follow them. Okay, sorry guys, I know you can't really see what's going on from where you are, so let me try to help out here. Excuse me for a moment everyone, I just realized the view is almost completely blocked. Sorry about that, my mistake. I didn't mean to stand in the way and cover everything up. But even though the view is covered, it actually ended up being a pretty nice trade, so I hope you can still appreciate that. So I was saying, I entered, I had the stop here. Okay, this was my stop before. I don't know if you managed to see, but I don't think so. And my target was here. Then I increased it because I said, oh well, now let's see what happens at the opening. The strength is there. There's a lot of strength here. We're still, as I was saying, on the DAX, 3100. Let's see. Now instead, the stop, as I was saying, at break even, 500 euros. Worst case scenario, we risk it. Sometimes, guys, I don't set the take, I prefer to let it run. No, 3800 at the opening, just to be clear. Then, guys, I'm logging off for now. Then, in the next session, I'll do the New York session at 15:30 or 3:30 in the afternoon. But in that case, I'll probably trade Nasdaq or S&P, okay? That's a really nice level, that one, eh? I don't know if it'll actually make me at least 1600 euros, but we'll take them home if it does, at least for the risk I had taken. Sometimes you just have to accept the risk and hope for the best. We'll see how it goes, but for now, that's the plan. 6,300 euros for every single tick. Just think about that for a moment. I make some truly incredible entries. Not many entries, just a few, but they are really good ones. There's absolutely no need to be sitting here all day long watching every single move. This one's great, huh? This is a really beautiful trade. Guys, now you'll see. Anyway, we're taking home 2-8. We're actually taking home 2-8 with us, you know. It doesn't matter. That's a good level there, so let's see what happens. Let's see if it actually shoots up. Come on, let's watch. Let's see if there's any real strength here. Look, there was only a little strength, but sometimes when it hits 15-10, it shoots a big candle, so we know the big players have positioned themselves right there. Remember that actually about 90% of traders here, what do? Oh, they usually go short. So what do we do in response? No, we follow the big money, the major players, and align ourselves with their moves. Why would you want to go against the strong in this situation? We have to consider, look carefully at what is happening here. Then take a close look at the pushes it makes, okay? Look right here. First push, then the second push, and finally the third push. And here, you can see it has made an acceleration, a move that could potentially continue, huh? Let's see what happens, let's see. This is a good level right here, a solid point to pay attention to. Let's take a look and see. There it is, there it is. Oh, look at that. It really doesn't want to give up. Not at all. Come on, you can do it. Come on. There it is, there it is, there it is. Oh, by a hair. Guys, really by a hair, huh? Incredible, by a hair, huh? By a hair. That was so close, unbelievably close. I can hardly believe it. By just a hair. Everyone was watching, oh, holding their breath, waiting to see what would happen. And the tension was real. You could feel it in the air. It all came down to the tiniest margin, the smallest difference possible. By a hair, just by a hair. Absolutely incredible. Truly by a hair. Jigsaw, guys, let me show you real quick. Let's see what the Asian session did. Let's see, this one here is from yesterday. No, wait, the Asian session was actually calm, but Invictus gave the signal. There they are. Nice Invictus. Invictus gave 2 more signals as well. Here they are. Let's see. It works nice. You know, Invictus always does its job just like it should. Did you see that? Seriously, it always comes through for me. Wait, sometimes I have the camera and, well, it can be a bit tricky, but even then, Invictus still manages to work. I mean, it's pretty reliable, even when things get a little unpredictable or when I'm fumbling with the camera. Oh well, I'll make a video for you later. Too bad it's not visible. And here we are, guys. You know, this is actually a really good reading, huh? Hey guys, I'm gonna be increasing it a bit this time just to make sure we're on the right track. Let's put 3,000 in the bag. All right, I think that'll give us a good boost and help us out. So 3,000 it is. Nothing, guys, huh? Well, nothing, huh? Nothing, it's okay. Closing, it's okay, it's really okay, it's totally fine like this. They're honestly good anyway, guys, plus I have it connected to the props too, so that's perfect, just perfect, not bad at all, not bad. Everything is working out just fine. All right, see you later for the Asian session. For the New York session, account today is 185,390. Okay, usual account then. See you later, guys.